Life is full of memories, some sad, some wonderful, and they all are the part of life. So today I'm gonna talk about the memory of a life that I think is one of the most beautiful memory. It's one of the oldest, I think, but still it's one of the best. When you think about it, it gives you a little giggle. It's about the first day of school. So to revive your memory, I present you First Day of School, written by Utkarsh Agarwal and narrated by Utkarsh Agarwal. That's me. So here it is. As the sun rises from its nest, and wind starts blowing with peace in its lap and wisdom in its arm, and the birds flying around waking up everyone with their sweet song. It was like any other day of April's first week, the week that starts with many stories and closed down some old folders. And definitely, it was the day of one new start. But in Mr. Agarwal's house, it was a great hustle, cause Mrs. Agarwal was searching for her son everywhere but couldn't find him. The little fellow was even very tough to be found in that very big house, cause he was like a kitten in the human skin, so little, thin, and flexible that he could even fit in an earthen pot. So all the house members were looking for this little fellow everywhere, and there he was, watching all the drama from under the coffee table in drawing room, when suddenly someone whispered in his ear, "Why are you hiding here?" The kid got frightened for a moment, but then realized that the voice belonged to his father, who was now also under the coffee table and on his knees. But the kid just kept on looking away, a little afraid, without saying any word to his father. But Mr. Agarwal again said, "You know, your mom would be very angry if you are not found soon." And this time Honey replied, horrified looking at his father, "And that's another reason I won't be coming out." "But why are you hidden here in the first place?" asked Mr. Agarwal, little confused. And Honey replied, looking down with sad face, "Like you don't know. Soon you will dress me up and send me. I don't wanna go. And why would you not wanna go? It's not some ordinary day. It's your first day of school," replied Mr. Agarwal with lots of hope in his eyes. "You know, kid, this is your day when you'll know the world other than this house. You'll learn about the sun, the stars, your Uncle Moon, and all those beautiful stories. You're gonna miss everything, you know, if you won't go to school today." "But why do I need to go to school for that?" Honey replied, with lots of hope in his eyes, with little innocence in his face. "No, I went to Pyari Amma's house yesterday to play with monkeys and feed them. And there she told me all about Mr. Moon, Uncle Sun, and stars. That how Uncle Moon comes out in the night with his friend stars when Uncle Sun gets too off to sleep." With the end of the sentence, someone pulled out the kid. It was Mrs. Agarwal, as she carried him and said, "Come on, you little creature, we gotta do a lot of bathing. It's school time." And with the sad eyes, father and son departed. Mrs. Agarwal got all busy cleaning and dressing up the kid. And the kid was a smart kid, cause he didn't struggle for once. He knew it won't help him. So instead, he was trying to convince his mother all the time by saying, "Mummy, but I feed those monkeys bread daily. Who'd feed them if I won't be there?" To which Mrs. Agarwal replied, "Don't worry, I'll feed them." Now, after a second thought to his mother's reply, the kid again said, "But mummy, they are my friends. They would miss me if I won't be there. They might even get angry." Understanding this, Mrs. Agarwal smiled and said, "Don't worry, I'll tell them that it was necessary for you to go to school and it was something that you couldn't miss. And they can meet you in the afternoon when you are back from the school. Okay, so now get ready for the school." Now the kid knew that today all his excuses were nothing. The school was not far away, so in no time they were there. The kid stood there, standing in front of the school gate, looking at the school, the classes, the children playing there. I think going to the school for the first time is one of the bravest decisions in the world. Because for a kid, he's leaving all his world behind, his home, and going to a whole new world where he don't know anything, not even the way to come back. The only people he know, his family, he's leaving all them behind and going to the people he don't know, lots of them, a full crowd he don't know. And I think that's what the kid is thinking about right now. The kid just looking at the door of the school and then turned back and for a moment looked at the road from where he came. The road from where he came with his father. And he was sad. He was, smiling, but he was sad. Father sadly looked at his son and asked, "Son, why don't you wanna go in there? Why don't you wanna go in the school? It's probably the best thing in the world. It's probably the best thing happening to you. When I was your age, I was also in there. And for a long time I was in there, and that was the best part of my life. I till now enjoy that part. After the long time when I got out of the school, I was crying that day. I was sad also when I was entering the school, but the day I came out, I was much, much more sadder. And I know this same thing will happen to you because this school is the best thing in the life. You'll know the world other than the house. You'll make friends. You'll make best of the friends that will stick with you for the whole of your life. Your Uncle Moon got friends like stars in this school only. And since then, they are the best friends. Every night they came together. You'll get your stars in there too. Son, just believe me. This school is the best thing in the world and you don't need to be afraid of anything. Then why are you so scared? Why are you so afraid? Why don't you want to go in there? The kid just looked at the ground and with tears in his eyes, he looked at his father. Papa, I am feeling so scared. I don't know why. I just don't want to be there. I just don't want to be in here. Please take me home. I'm scared because I don't know anyone in here. I don't know. I don't know if I would be able to make some friends here. I don't know. I'll miss you and Mummy here. You're the only people that I know, and you're not in here. I'm afraid that I could get lost in the crowd. There's all these people are there, and I'm afraid that I could even get scared by not finding you here. I'm scared that maybe you'll abandon me. You'll not come to take me back home. Father, I'm scared. Please take me back home. All these heavy words of the kid filled the heart of the father. He just fell down to just hug his son tightly and just take him back home. But no, that was not the right thing to do. Because this first day of school is very emotional, but it is necessary. So the father just bent down on the knees and hugged his son and said, "Son, how could you say that? How could you say that I'll abandon you? How could I abandon you? You are the most important thing to me in this world. Nothing in this world is much more important than you. No. Yeah, your mom and I will be away from you by the time you will be here, but not very far. I'll be just sitting outside this gate. When you will just finish your school, I'll be the first thing you'll see. I'll be the first person you'll see standing there, smiling and waiting for you. But right now, Going to school is the best thing in your life. Okay. And this is about crowd. You are the crowd. These all kids are just like you. ठीक है? So you will be the part of the crowd. And you won't ever lost in that crowd because it will be all your friends. How could one get lost between his friends? So just feel happy, feel safe. There's nothing wrong about it. There's nothing to be scared. No need to be scared, son. No need to be scared. Just go in there and enjoy it. But smilingly, not with the sad face. Please go. After listening what the father said, the kid started to move towards the class with very heavy steps. Those shoes become much more heavier than they were ever. Soon he was at the classroom gate. For a moment, he just looked inside the class. The students, the kids, children playing. And then he turned around and looked at the way from where he came. The distance between him and his father. He paused there for a minute. And then something clicked his mind, I don't know. And then he turned around again towards the classroom. There, in front of him, his teacher was standing. The kid smiled and said, "Ma'am, my name is Samarth Agarwal, and this is my first day of school. Thank you."